Lexi Givens. I'm 18 years old, just getting ready to graduate high school next week. I'm a singer and songwriter and ultimate creative person ever who loves music and loves to write.
Ooh. First off, congratulations. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
How does it feel to no longer be in high school anymore?
Oh my god, I was so ready to be done with it. Like I was so like high school was such a trip. Like I'm ready to go off to school next year. I'm super excited about going to Berkeley. Like I like I've been working towards this moment forever and I'm just super excited to like get to make some friends, and just like be around people that are like me and make continue to make music and just have fun.
I love that. I love this so much. Oh my gosh. So you mentioned early Berkeley. What are you going in for?
Yeah, I got a full presidential scholarship to Berkeley for a vocal performance, and I know I'm like
I'm
I'm stoked
excited for
about
you over my head.
it.
I'm like, holy shit.
No, I'm like so stoked about it. I don't even know, like that was crazy. Like the whole way it happened was even wild. Like I literally got a call from the dean at like 8 a.m. on a Tuesday, and like saying, "Hey, this is what we're offering. Like, do you want it?" I was like, what am I gonna say? No. Like, what do I have to do? Like, of course. Initially, I was gonna go to USC, but I was like, USC, unless you want to price match me, I gotta hop over here. But no, it's really good. I'm super excited. Yeah, like it feels great to like enter a new chapter in my life and just like to grow up. Like I'm super excited. I have like a lot of plans for stuff and so many things that I want to do, and I think that like exiting high school and entering like this new era in my life is really gonna give me the time and space to like just dedicate all of my energy into like doing what I want to do.
I love that. And I love that you got the whole full ride scholarship. Oh my gosh. That's amazing that you even got that. Wow.
I know, I'm like, what? Like I was like, I guess my audition was good, but I wasn't thinking like it was that.
But still, wow. Oh my gosh, I'm
I
so
feel
excited for you for
incredibly
that.
lucky.
Just for
Thank you. I
that
feel incredibly
alone.
lucky. I
I'm
know.
just super excited for you. Oh my gosh.
Insane. Thank you. I'm like
So
currently on beach week. Like that's why like I have this insane like I don't even know what's going on up here
I know,
anymore. I tried to
definitely
add some
agree with
braids.
you.
We're just gonna go with
Yeah.
it.
It's the weather's fault for that one, but
Right, exactly. And I'm outside, but you know what? It's worth the sacrifice. The frizz is worth the sacrifice.
well, with that in terms of sacrifice, you sacrificed your time and made a brand new song out of it. Oh my gosh, can we talk about Broken Records?
Yeah. That was crazy. Okay, so yeah, the whole way I mean, I'm very excited about this release. A lot of time, energy, and effort went into it. I produced a song uh, with a very, very close friend and producer of mine. His name is Arthur Pingree, and he did an amazing job. I presented this idea to him. I was like, I had a lot of music. I was like, okay, here are the songs that I have. I'm super passionate about this one. I think it's like a super cool jam. It's a nice like summer song. We were going into summer. I was like, I think this could be like a cool summer song to play. And uh, the writing happened a while ago. This didn't all happen all at once. I started writing this song when I was 16, so it was kind of 2 summers ago. And it was actually I think it was close to my birthday. And for my birthday, we took a road trip to Philly. And it was my first time in Philly. And I was kind of, pondering as I usually do. And I was thinking about what like my ideal romantic relationship would look like. Because, I'm in that stage of my life. People are, getting girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever, partners. And, I was kind of unfamiliar with that at the time, and I was, thinking to myself, I was like, well, I guess this is a thought that I should be having. I'm entering this kind of stage in my life now, and I got to consider some things. So what is it that I would look for? And like I'm like secretly like a bit of a romantic, not hopeless, but like a little bit of a romantic. And I was like, well, I don't necessarily like the cringy stuff, but there are things and feelings that I just like have a strong affinity to, like like being able to wake up and cook breakfast and dance around the kitchen with your partner, and it's like Saturday morning, and like you just feel the warm sun, and like you feel the colors and the smells and the sounds. And I kind of wanted to capture that in the song. And I was super inspired by this song that I had been playing. It's by this like 70s girl group called the Georgettes, and they had this song called Would You Rather. and I was super entranced by just the feeling that that song allowed me to have. And I also love, I'm an oldie, I love like 70s music and just a bunch of old music, and it had this like warm glowy feeling that I was like entranced by, like I was absolutely obsessed. And you know, the beginning chords really spoke to me, and I was kind of inspired by that song when I started writing it. And yeah, lyrics and melody came later. I picked up guitar over quarantine, so it's like still relatively new. Like back in like 2020, like late 2020, I picked it up, and yeah, like I don't know, like I just found some chords. I was kind of just trying stuff. To this day, I still don't know what I'm doing on guitar. I just like play
Neither do
stuff, and
I.
I like the way it feels. I just like the way stuff feels, and I'm super like pretty intuitive that way. And I found a couple chords that I like that I was kind of hearing in my head, and you know, I put two and two together and made four. And Broken Record was then created, and I met Arthur later down the line a couple months ago, and it's seriously been like one of the most like life changing experiences ever. And he's like absolutely amazing and talented, and just like I don't know, he inspires me a lot. Like also as like a female producer as well. So
That's so awesome. I absolutely okay. So when I got the PR mail about your song and the opportunity to interview, I was listening to it and I'm like, oh, this is such a cute song. It's very light. It feels like a good time.
yeah.
It's been on my playlist since then for
Oh my
quite some time.
god.
And I'm a person that don't tend to like delete things off my playlist. So it's probably gonna be there probably for the next 2 to 3 months.
My god.
It's adorable. Oh my gosh, I hate that I'm gonna forget her name, and I literally was mentioning her earlier. It reminds me a combination of Kobe Calais and oh my gosh, what is it?
Are you gonna
Weirdly
say
enough,
Corinne Bailey?
I think so. Yeah, that's
I know I've gotten that from some people.
it screams that, but I think maybe that's because it's record.
Yeah,
Combine the
yeah.
words together. But no, there's both of them have that like nice there's like this softness to their voices that you match so well with. And I'm like, oh, like, this is like that, like you said, it has that like summer feel, the summer,
Yeah.
that summer romance kind of a.
Yeah, exactly. I think summer flings are such an interesting phenomenon. They've
Oh
like
yeah.
I think it's like love, whether it's romantic or not, has always been something that's really fascinated me, that I've always written about. And you know, like I think that that song really kind of captures the perfect kind of warm, glowy summer love, you know, that I
Yeah.
just really am obsessed with.
Kind of has a it's kind of weird to think of it in terms of way. It kind of smells like it kind of has like that I know I have the perfume that would probably match it. It smells like the
This is
Dolce
interesting.
Gabbana light blue.
Oh, I know that one. I love that one. I'm a huge fragrance fan, so I
Ooh,
like.
all right.
Yes, I am. Oh my god,
It
I'm
smells like that.
I'm obsessed.
It feels like I have that on, and I'm in that like happy state.
Yeah. It also reminds me a little bit of I love Juicy Couture Gold. I love that
Ooh.
fragrance. It's so I wear it like all the time. I love that fragrance.
Oh, my go to is granted. I know everyone's off the train of black opium, but I love black opium.
That's a
It's my
popular one. That's a
it's my
popular one.
it's my personal go to.
It's a good
That
one. It's a
yeah.
good one.
Oh my gosh, that and Tom Ford's
Yes.
Black Ombre.
I knew you're gonna. Yeah, I knew that
Yes,
one too. Yes,
I love
I know
that
that
one
one.
too. Oh my goodness, we can just chat about fragrances at
I
this point.
know.
Oh,
I know. It's so amazing. I'm like leaning into you like this, like we're on
yes.
a little date.
Honestly, I think my next one is going to be Valentino. I can never remember what one is
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
The exact bottle, but my sister introduced it to me, and it's a smell that just hasn't escaped me for a while. Like
Mm.
I can smell it. And I'm like, all right. Granted, now she's on the Ariana Grande train, so she has everything from
Oh,
her.
she has like a great line of perfumes.
Oh, I
I
know.
love Ariana. Like
Oh,
inside, like she's just, ah, she's amazing.
ooh. So if you were to create your own scent, what would it be?
Okay, so I'm a huge fan of like vanilla, musk,
Ooh,
I like
same.
cashmere a little bit. But I also as of late I've been a fan of white floral. Like gardenia is something
Ooh.
that, oh my gosh, I just love. I think it's such a nice summer fragrance. It's fresh. I like a lot of clean scents, but definitely would be like vanilla, musk, but musk notes on the bottom, like vanilla on the top. Nothing overly sweet, not as much citrus. If it did have citrus, it would be like slight tangerine, like maybe in the middle, and
Ooh.
probably like some amber notes in there as well. But those are like my primary like stacks of fragrances that would be in there.
Oh my gosh, I think honestly now we should be friends because that sounds amazing.
Oh no, yes, you're amazing. This is so much fun. I'm so glad like we're doing this right now. This is super
I
cool.
know. So, now that you have the song out, I saw it as a title on there. y- how did you become a Grammy nominated songwriter?
Oh yeah, what the heck? That's so okay.
Yeah,
Sometimes
I
I
saw
feel like I
that.
just exist and things just happen and I'm kind of just along for the ride. Like sometimes I literally have no idea how I end up. I feel like oddly, I talk to my dad about this all the time. I feel like oddly lucky sometimes and like slightly
Yeah,
undeserving because I mean, of course I always, try my best at things and, I just do what I do and I live my truth to the fullest every day. But sometimes I'm like, how did I end up here? Like you're sitting there in the audience and you're watching like BTS perform and like Anderson Paak and Bruno Mars performing. You're kind of just like, what? Like it's crazy. But the way that I ended up with this was I think it was actually around the same year that the same summer that I was writing Broken Record that I finished it and I had gotten this like opportunity from like a friend of my dad's who's essentially dedicated his entire life to making children's music, um, to just like do a couple of like vocals and arrange some stuff and make it sound pretty on one of the songs. And you know, it was quarantine. I couldn't like do my normal acting gigs. Like, before I was kind of getting money from like doing Kennedy Center shows and like doing a lot of acting stuff, and I was super into that. But I was like, this pocket's looking kind of dry. So I was like, I kind of need a little something. And so I was like, well, I do vocal arranging. That's like one of my gifts, and it should be fun. And it's like pocket money. So I went ahead and I did some stacking, infinite stacking,
ooh,
a little much. And I did the stacking, and it was super fun. And I ended up creating like this huge, lush, Logic uh, session, and I, sent it back over. His name is Devin. He goes by Uncle Devin. He's so amazing. I love his personality and everything. But I sent it back over to him. He's like, "Whoa, this is sick! Like, thank you so much for doing this. I'll send it to my guy to mix it." And I was like, "Cool." So I kind of like, sat on that, for a couple months and sent it off, and it was kind of like off to the next project. Did it some other like vocal arranging for some people, and a couple months later, like started charting on like children's music boards, and I was like, okay, that's like really good for them. Like I'm very happy. It then got put onto this compilation called All One Tribe Collective, which is essentially a compilation of a bunch of children's music by artists of color that essentially works to make children's music a more diverse and inclusive space for children of color. And I just thought the idea was like absolutely amazing. I was like, this is so cool. I'm so glad like you're getting to do this, because again, this wasn't my project. This was someone else's project that I assisted with. And then the Grammy nominations had come out, and we saw our names, and we were like, is this right? Like we were all looking at it kind of like, what's going on? And my dad like rushed up because I'd kind of like, this is months that had progressed, and he came over to me and he was like, so this thing is nominated for a Grammy, this project, this album. And I was in disbelief of it, and I was like, are you kidding? And from then on, like time just seemed to like fly. We started getting connected to so many people, and then before you knew it, like Grammys were around the corner, and he was like, well, you're an artist, so like you go. And I
yeah.
was like, I go? I was like, I go? And he was like, yeah, like you were an artist on this project, and you're going. And I was like, this is absolutely amazing. So we ended up going to Vegas back in like the start of April, and it was like a really surreal experience, and I was just absolutely over the moon about it. And it was one of the best weekends of my life. Like I literally took off school to go to the freaking Grammys. Like how crazy
Yeah,
is that?
I
Like
wanted to bring that up, but like, holy crap. Well,
it
how did
became a
they
little bit of a spectacle at school. It was both I'm not very I don't know. I'm definitely an extroverted introvert.
Okay.
And I'm not really used to having that kind of attention on me. And I've always been known at my school as kind of like Alexa the singer, but this was like a new record. Like this was like
Yeah.
a crazy thing, and so it got so like crazy at school. My like one of the administrators at my school, she made a whole overhead announcement about me going to the Grammys the next day,
Oh
and
no.
it was like I was just wasn't prepared for that. I was like, why did she do that? And so it was either like it was like some people were like happy for me, rooting for me. Then you had some like people that definitely did not like me that were like rushing up to me, trying to hug me and stuff, and I wasn't about that energy, and it felt kind of weird. And there were other people that I got like a lot of glares from. So and then I had like my like two best friends at school, like they were like, it's okay, girl, like remember we got you, and like have fun, like don't listen to them or whatever, and like I don't know, it's just like super like weird at school. I don't know. School has always been kind of almost like an afterthought to me. Like I've gotten so into like my music and my life outside of school that it was like very secondary to me. And school was like an interesting environment for a while.
Yeah.
Like that was crazy. And then I was kind of like I don't know. At my school, I kind of became this like big famous person at my school, which was like weird because I think like fame is like such an interesting concept that kind of scares me a little bit, just a little bit.
But you know
But
what? You also do get a test of what it's going to be like when you produce
yeah,
more music and music videos are out. You get that little bit of a feeling of all the
yeah,
variations of
yeah,
opinions.
yeah. And it was
So
like the same kind of thing when like Broken Record was released because it's like when you do stuff for the first time like that, you really have no idea how it's going to be received. I mean, I only know that I like it and that it's authentic to me and that it's something special to me. But as far as it goes with like other people, you're not really sure. So it's like this huge, huge step of courage, and you just have to like be confident and just know that even if something doesn't work out, like you did your best, you like express yourself creatively, and it's all you can do. So yeah, that was like how that happened. It was really interesting.
wow, that is such an experience. Oh my goodness. I'm just like sitting, I'm over here just being like, that happened? What? I feel like if I was in your high school at the time, I would have the weird, I would probably have the one person being like, okay, she got a Grammy for doing a kid's song.
I know. That was like also partially, and I hadn't like I hadn't talked about it because I was like, this isn't really my project. It was kind of like a thing that I did on the side. People aren't going to be interested in it, and then literally people were coming up. They were like, let me down. What's the name of the song? Let me download the song. Like, what is it? What is it? Tell me. And it was like such an interesting thing, and then like my teachers, they were like playing the little music video that went in the Grammy Museum in class, and like
Oh,
I had a teacher do the same thing for me with Broken Record. Like all of my teachers were like blasting my songs throughout the school. Like I was hearing my music in every other room, and it was really interesting. I had never like it was like overwhelming but exciting that like people liked it, but also like really weird because I'm just me. Like at the end of the day, I never like sit down and think to myself, yeah,
yeah.
like I'm the shit. Like I'm never like really thinking to myself like that, and I was like, that's really interesting. Like I'm just me. I just do this. There are a million other people that sing and write music, and here I am.
Well, and with that, you got the chance to be at the Grammys, like you said earlier. Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars performing, BTS perform in front of
They
you.
were great, by the way. I
Oh,
was like, I did not become a fan until I saw. Like, I just didn't. I just never like. I was never in that like vicinity. Like, I hadn't really listened to K-pop as much, and then I saw them perform. I think it was the song was Butter.
yeah.
And they were like doing their dance moves and stuff, and I was like, okay, Pearl, like hit it. All right, I like this. I'm like, y'all doing a great job.
Gosh. So now you're switched over to the K-pop world?
I'm not switch. I'm not completely converted.
Okay.
I think I like BTS. I love like what they do, and I was just super. I admire their artistry, and I'm super like hands down. Like I think that they're really talented people, and I think they're like also super cool and like fun, and I like that they all have their own little personalities and stuff, and like they have like their image like down packed. Like they did a really
Yeah.
good job with all that.
Wait till you find out about their like animated like series that they have.
Ooh, wait, they have
Yeah,
like a
they
is
have,
it
they
like
have
a
little
show?
characters. Well, they have like their own little characters representing each
Wait,
other, and
that's
then it's
really
like,
cute.
yeah, I think it's, I have no clue. My like mind just starts saying something, and then mouth was like, nope, too fast. Um, oh gosh, I hate that I don't remember what it's called, and that's gonna, I'll cut this bit
It's
out.
gonna annoy you later. No, it's okay. It's okay.
But it's a super cute thing. Literally, you know what? Cross it out. I know exactly how I'm gonna find out before doing a
Yes.
full search. Okay, it's called BT21, and this is literally
Ooh.
their
Oh my
characters.
god, that's so cute.
But
Oh,
they all have their own little character.
I
And it's
love
super
that.
adorable. And then I
That
think
is
there's
so
little
cute.
shows too, but gosh, the BTS
They've
community is
taken over the
adorable.
world.
They
They're like
have
amazing.
got them and then Blackpink,
Yeah,
and
I
then
don't know too much
yes,
about Blackpink, but I've heard a little bit about them. I love, oh my gosh, I love Lady Gaga.
yeah,
I love that song Sour Candy with them on it.
yes, I forgot about that
Sour
one.
Candy. I love that song. It's so cool and like fun.
Oh my gosh, I watched the music documentary for Blackpink, and they were talking about how Lady Gaga just submitted the track and they're listening to it the first time and they're super excited. You can see them all
I
excited.
know. Oh my
So
god.
with that in mind, if you were to collaborate with somebody, who would it be?
Oh, I'd love the opportunity to collaborate with Taylor Swift. I'm a huge like I'm a Swiftie, like
Ooh,
certified Swiftie. I was literally just wearing. I got her I'm feeling 22 merch because
ooh.
you know the yeah the red Taylor version came out and like I'm also like a 2022 graduate this year and like she got her honorary doctorate degree which is like crazy
I
at
know.
NYU so I was like literally wearing that 2 seconds ago before I stepped out into this heat but probably Taylor Swift uh Ariana Grande would be amazing. She would like
That
I
would
would
be amazing.
totally give her like completely pass the mic. Like I just love to like be just in her presence. Like I think she's just like she's just so amazing to me. But yeah, I think them two it'd be cool to like play a show with Jacob Collier. Like that's definitely like my husband. Like he doesn't know it yet, but that's yeah, that's the situation here. And probably they aren't alive anymore, but I would love to share the stage with Amy Winehouse or Michael Jackson. Michael
Ooh.
Jackson was like my first celebrity crush forever and always. I was literally the most depressed 8 year old when he passed away. But I had like the glove and everything, the This Is It on the Wii. Like I was obsessed. But
Ooh.
yeah, that's who I would share the stage with probably.
Gosh, she just brought down like a weird memory of mine of playing that on the Wii with my one of my friends.
Oh no, the Wii was a moment. That was
Yeah, the Wii,
seriously
it was a moment. Oh my gosh. I can
big
never
moment.
beat,
Just Dance. Ooh,
yes. Oh my gosh, I still play
Wii
Just
Sports.
Dance.
I was on that Wii like
Oh,
every day, man. Like it was serious.
see, but the problem is that we had PlayStation 2 and we weren't allowed to have the Wii. So
Hmm.
I would go over to my friend's house, I would have the
And
Wii.
play.
Yep,
Yep, yep,
that's how
yep,
you figure
yep.
it out.
Yeah.
It was like that or go to my other friend's house to play Xbox games, but I found out
Oh
I was
yeah.
really bad at Xbox as opposed to PlayStation.
Me either. I was like I was a Wii kid. Like I was a Wii. Yeah, that's all I needed. I just needed to like make my little avatar thing, like play my Wii Sports, get a little Just Dance in, put in my Michael Jackson CD. This is it. I was done. I was good. Like I was good for like a solid 3 to 4 hours.
I think, gosh, I'm literally staring at my Nintendo Switch over there. Like right now, my Switch is like my main love at the moment.
Oh, I love that. No, I wish I could like. I wanted to like get into video games and stuff, but I don't know. I don't think I'm a video game person. I think Wii was like my introductory moment, for all of that stuff. It was a great era, but I think
Yeah.
the era was like closed after it ended. And I did like a few like the Dell computer games like in elementary school. Like I was a beast at Papa's Pancakeria. I don't know if you know like what. Oh my god,
Oh
the
my
the
gosh.
Papas like games. I was eating that
Yes.
up. Like the pancakeria, the pizzeria,
Yes.
like
Oh,
everything. Yeah, I used to avoid. We used to have like this little. We did like a typing class for like probably 2 weeks the entire 2 weeks. I was busy. I was busy. I had to like serve my customers. I was running a business here. And like I would always go onto Papa's Pancakeria. That was my preference. And I would always like go like on the like chunky Dell computers and like be playing that game like it was great. I loved it.
So then you have so with Papa's, do you not like Diner Dash?
I like it. I'm definitely Papa's Pancakeria. Like
Yeah,
that's like I'm very good at that one. Yeah.
that's your Pepsi moment.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. Hmm. Absolutely.
awesome. Wait, all right. So we can do a little bit more. I have a bunch of these little like random cards.
Awesome. I'm ready.
They're just gonna be stuff for everybody to kind of get to know you on a more fun
Okay.
level. Be something more like the first one I have is, what is it? What is something that you wish you did more often?
Oh, that's a great question. I feel like there are a lot of things that I wish to do more often. Probably paint. I really enjoy painting. I started painting throughout quarantine,
Oh,
and
okay.
I was like painting like every week. I loved. I mean, it was like a new creative outlet that like I just fell in love with. But like I got into like school was like senior year. I was like grinding out stuff and applying to college and doing my music and like that was just like one of the things that kind of like I had to sacrifice a little bit and but I still love it. Like I absolutely would love to have more time to do that.
Ooh, love that. I know I got a watercolor kit that I had gotten for Christmas because I said, yeah, I really want to get back into doing watercolors. I loved
Oh
it.
yeah.
Uh, Picked it up, maybe used it for solid 2 3 weeks and kind of just stopped using it.
Oh
So definitely think
no,
I
it
agree
was
with her with
something
that.
that like I felt it when I missed it. Like I really
Yeah.
felt myself. I'm like, why do I like I feel like something's missing. And it wasn't until like I picked my paintbrush up again and like started painting and I was like, this is it. Like this is what I was missing. But I paint with acrylic and I like got a whole entire. I got serious about it. I got all my canvases and now I have a whole bunch of like all of my paintings are like kind of stockpiled in the basement now, like like in a corner somewhere. But yeah,
They definitely felt the need. You filled the need that you needed to fill
exactly.
in a
Like
way.
especially yeah, it was really good. It was I've always been like a super creative, so I was like, why didn't I do this earlier? Like I remember I had done like sketching in elementary school and I had like had a lot of emotions as a kid. I still do, but like I think like partially it scared me because I didn't know how to handle that, and I was like still learning that about myself. And a lot of like my sketches were kind of a little dark for a 10-year-old or whatever. But it was something that I love to do nonetheless, and I was like maybe I should have done this earlier. But yeah, I wish I had more time to do that.
Everyone had their little dark moment at 10.
No, I was emo. Like I was in my moment. Like
Okay,
I
because
was,
I
I
have the
was
photos.
emo. It was
My
so
gosh.
real.
Say, have you watched the movie Red? Or Turning
Watch the
Red?
movie Red? No, I haven't actually.
It's a little cartoon movie about a girl who has a family curse where anytime her emotions get too out of whack, she turns into a red panda.
Oh my gosh, that's really interesting.
Oh, I'm surprised you haven't heard about this. Oh,
I know.
there's
I will be looking that up. Like I'm literally gonna take note of that.
yeah, it's a Pixar movie.
Turning Red.
Yeah, Turning Red.
And it's Pixar. How did I not
Yes,
see? Is it new? Is it new?
it's
Like
fresh as
relatively new?
of like I want to say last year.
Oh, okay. That's probably why. I
Yeah,
will look into that because I actually,
I think maybe like earlier this year, Cressa. I may be lying on this. I know it's like
but like relatively recently.
yeah, relatively
All
recently.
right, I got Disney Plus. It should be on there.
Also, it's written. The music is written by Phineas and Billie Eilish.
Oh my! I wait. I totally have heard about that. I just haven't watched it. But oh my gosh, now I'm definitely gonna watch that. I'm so glad. Like I got someone else to say something about it. Now I like it's triggered that memory.
There's a moment in there. It's in the beginning. The girl is drawing something. I can't spoil it now.
Yeah. Okay.
Those drawings, I have that exact drawing hidden somewhere in my room
wait,
from
I
when I
love
was like
that.
10.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much.
I feel like because that was definitely like, gosh, that's gonna be like the piece de resistance of like me as a 10-year-old was that moment. But I'm surprised you haven't heard about haven't seen that movie.
I know. I'm surprised too. That's probably another thing that I wish I had more time to do, like watch film. Like I'm really I'm low-key like a film head. Like I really pay attention to like, directing and color and lighting, and also like when I really 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 like films, I tend to like try to find the PDF of like the manuscript, or
Ooh.
like the screenwriting of the film. Like I did that with Call Me by Your Name. I really enjoyed that film, and I ended up looking it up and like reading it, and just like, so much detail in there, and like just seeing how the actors were able to translate that into
Hon-
their work was super interesting. And Euphoria, I did it with that as well. But yeah, that's something else I wish I had more time to do.
Honestly, you're sounding more like me back when I was in high school, and it's
Oh.
scary. Like you're mentioning film scripts, and I'm like, I did that with I think it was the Wes Anderson movie.
Ooh.
I can't remember which one I did. I think it was the Royal Tenenbaums that I did it with. But like you're mentioning it like right out of memory, I'm like, holy shit, are you
No, it
me?
fascinates me. No, it literally, I think it's so cool.
So with that moving forward, now you have something new to watch. It's adorable. There's a boy band called Fort Town. It's adorable.
Aww.
So we'll do, let's do two more.
I'm ready.
All right.
Feel good about these questions.
Okay. So these are all like lighter questions. I could do one random one that's kind of more on the raunchy side, but we'll think about that.
I'm excited.
All right. So the next one is, what is a word you can't spell correctly?
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is gonna sound crazy, but like friend. Like like I have to really think about it. Like when I do it on paper, I spell it in my head, and the way that I work with like words, because I'm a huge fan of words. I actually did like a lot of spelling bees growing up. Like I was super into it, but I really visualize words like when I'm writing them, or when I kind of see them.
I
And
wouldn't expect
it's
friends.
so simple.
Yeah.
Friend. Yeah.
I wouldn't expect that one. Gosh.
Like friendship when it's longer.
It's easier.
And also because like sometimes I when I was growing, I grew up in a Spanish immersion program, so I kind of literally the time that I've been speaking Spanish versus the time that I've been speaking English is probably just a difference of 4 years, because I started when I was in kindergarten. And I was simultaneously, I mean, in school it was Spanish all the time. I only spoke in English at home, and so my mom was like slowly realizing that I was like starting to lose my English skills a little bit, because I wasn't like writing in English at school or anything. And then she kind of like drilled that in, put me in spelling bees and stuff. And like I remember like just completely not understanding like why certain things were in English. Like for example, like photo in Spanish is foto, which is like the same word but it's spelled with an F.
Yeah.
And when I would like transition from English to Spanish, I would always spell certain things in English in Spanish because they sounded the same. And like the Tion, versus Cion, which is like that version in Spanish, like would always trip me up. But like friend was hard, and friendships or friendship, oh my god, it was over. I have to think about it. I still do.
I love that. Now that there's more content
like
behind it.
Inimitable is way easy. Like a word like inimitable is like cake. Like it's just, I don't know. It's so strange.
It's like I have that with the word familiar. I get familiar and similar wrong all the time.
That would make sense.
And I'll be like, oh no, it's spelled exactly like similar in a way. And I would write it out and I could see the red squiggly line, and I'm like, kidding.
No, for sure.
Such a tiny, and it's like both with friend and familiar. It's easy, but like it's hard. I can understand.
It's hard. It's simultaneously easy and hard.
That's actually, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to make a note. That is a fun question to ask.
Yeah.
All right.
What is think about this for a while?
Yeah, no, that was, oh gosh, and I loved how quick that answer was too.
I knew it because I struggled with it all the time.
I thought the word in particular was going to be hard for me to do, but I recently got the hang of it. So I can finally check that off my list. Yeah. So what is the hardest thing you ever had to say no to?
Probably this is a more general answer, but probably when I have to turn down like doing shows. I kind of had or have this tendency to like want to do everything and not skip out on anything. Like I learned a lot about sacrifice when I was in high school. My career just started to kind of develop, like as an actor and singer. I did a lot of musical theater and stuff, and I was getting a lot of gigs all at once. A lot of them overlapped, like when I was probably in my sophomore year of high school, and probably saying no to shows because especially like when I feel really passionate about the work that I do. Like if I do it, I'm very invested in it. And like having to say no to turn on certain shows because I simply cannot stretch
Yeah.
myself that thin is probably something hard that I have to do and say no to. But it's kind of like for the sake of my own sanity, and also I want to make sure that whatever I do, I do it to my fullest and I give my all to it. And you can't give your all to everything, and that's something it definitely taught me. Like working really taught me about that because you will have a lot of opportunities, and there'll be sometimes where nothing comes your way, and there'll be sometimes where like everything all at once is coming from everywhere, all the time. And
Oh yeah.
it's just choices, and I learned a lot about like discipline and choices and sacrifice. And yeah, that's probably like the hardest time where I have a hard time saying no. I also like I'm getting better at it, but like a little bit of a people pleaser. So just like saying no to people when like feelings are considered because I just want everyone to be happy and but I have to protect me as well, and I'm working on not just doing that, but also not feeling selfish and doing something for myself. So that's probably yeah.
Honestly, I am working exactly the same way as you are. And that's scary. And I'm still working on terms of not being selfish and declining. Well, no, let me rephrase that again. I am working on being trying to be selfish and saying no to something just so that I can have a
Yeah.
break.
But honestly, choosing yourself isn't selfish. I think that's where it gets misconstrued because I think we're trained to think that way. Like when you're growing up, you're always taught like sharing is caring, or like
Yeah.
don't be stingy, like whatever. But like it's good to have that lesson, but also as you get older, you do have to pay attention, look inward, pay attention to yourself because it really catches up to you when you don't. I like suffered from a lot of burnout when I was first getting into this stuff, and it wasn't pretty. And I really learned that it's healthy and it's not selfish to pay attention to myself. And I think that's a lesson or virtue that kind of applies to everything in life, even if you're looking at a relationship. Choosing to break up with someone, or or take someone out of your life and extricate yourself from a situation that is no longer serving you isn't something that's selfish, despite what anyone might say. Um, and it will hurt some people sometimes, but you sometimes really have to do stuff
Yeah.
for you. So
I love that. And now we're going to go do one random fun one and we'll wrap it up.
okay.
All right. So, what are the ingredients that you would include in your bath bomb for your nemesis? I know I went from like,
whoa.
yeah, this is just a fun random one I discovered. I'm like, oh, I've never used this one. I know we got
because that shit burns like hell.
what kind of what was
Sriracha.
that?
Sriracha.
Yes. Ooh.
Lemon, because if you got a cut, it's over. Turmeric, because it stains your bathtub. You're not.
Oh yeah,
clean.
no, you're
not. Yeah. I sound like I'm actually like making a recipe for like.
No, it kind of starting to sound good for a minute.
I know. I'm like, wait,
shrimp.
hold on. This actually might be like some shrimp in there.
Yeah, add some flavor to it.
Just make some stew. No, but those things, and probably. I don't know. I've like never thought about this before. This is really interesting.
Definitely sounds like a curry that I would definitely eat.
It does. No, see, this is my problem. Like, I love curry. This is probably where this is coming from. Like it all. I mean, it sounds good, but like try soaking in that. It's over. Like
no, yeah, it's
done.
Gone. You're gone.
You're done. You're done. You're done. Like I wouldn't even put any like coconut milk to like soothe anything.
No.
I don't know. And probably. I don't know. I feel like I would make some sort of potion or elixir that would force them to just be nice. Just shut up and be nice. Be happy. Like honestly, if I got to sprinkle some stardust in there or whatever, so be it. But just Like, just
It's
don't be
just like,
mean. Don't be a bully. Just live life, you know?
so the question I guess would be is, what color should the bath bomb be?
Red.
Red.
Yeah.
And then the sneak, like inside is the turmeric yellow in there.
Yeah. But like
Ooh,
bright red. Like I want a Carrie moment. Like, you know?
love that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I love that
So
movie. It's great.
I haven't seen that movie in such a long time.
Amazing.
So with all that being said and done, your record is out now. Broken Record is out now. I mean, it is a record.
It is a record. My record, broken record.
Yes. Um, where else could we really be able to find you?
Oh, okay. So you can find me. I normally say my Instagram is like where everything happens. I'm trying on TikTok. I'm trying my best. But my Instagram, Alexa.Givens, my handle's the same on every social media platform. Alexa.GIV as in Victor, ENS, not Gibbons with a B. And you should also, oh my gosh, I have a website. You should subscribe to my newsletter. You'll get to hear all the updates on everything. There's some merch rumors as well. So I definitely keep an eye out on that. And there's so much more music to come. I'm actually really excited. Like this summer, I'm just like full speed ahead. But yeah, you can find me on my website, alexagivens.com, my Instagram, alexa.givens. I have my link tree in there where you can find my Twitter where I like tweet random fun things, my TikTok, my everything. Everything is there. So yeah.